Hey, so I currently still have a bunch of pins still on my shop, including the first pin I've ever done, which is this hermit crab, which was a collaboration with Onigiri. The second pin I had ever done was these nudie brunch blind bags. This one's my design and these are the rest of the artists. There's B grades of these two available, and then I also have acrylic pins of this sushi bee that I did not too long ago, and there's going to be a cockatiel enamel pin coming soon, so the link to my Etsy to get one of those is down below, and also to join my Patreon. If you're not into the crab pins, this month's Patreon is this glittery hermit crab sticker. And like that, link to my Instagram or Patreon is down below, and to keep up with any future sales, product drops, whatsoever, my Instagram is also down below. Now, I've been super happy with the way that my videos have been coming out ever since I quit. I've had more time to put more effort into my videos art-wise. And while I'm doing that, I usually end up watching repeats of other artists' videos, and somebody that I've been binging a lot is Drawing with Waffles. She's honestly one of my favorite artists out there. And what I really admire about her is that she actually uses her sketchbook as a sketchbook and not me, or not like me. I've completed 5 sketchbooks in the past 5 years, and I'm currently working on sketchbook number 6. I did the stickers for this, and I'm about 28 pages done, 42 to go. I've just been having a good time just like going along in my sketchbook. So what I wanted to do was just do a video like Drawing with Waffles and just draw in my sketchbook with gel pens. And there's this trend going around on Instagram I saw where you draw yourself attending the Starry night gala or ball. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna have some fun with it. And I am going to be doing this just like how I do it in my normal sketchbook. I usually just use just a pencil and I erase right over top of the lines. And I've recently switched to a Micron, and then like I said, gel pens. So I'm just going to jump right into that. Voiceover, Emily. And I just wanted to start off by saying, I know in the intro I said that I was going to do a gel pen illustration, and it just did not happen. If you've been on my channel a while, then you know I have carpal tunnel. So at the end of sketching this, I was having a really bad wrist day. So I just ended up coloring it in with my Faber-Castell brush markers. And I love those brush pens. I don't use them as often, but I do love them to death. They were actually given to me for my graduation party by one of my best friends at the time. I'm sure he's still my friend. I just haven't talked to him in years. We kind of fell out of touch after high school, or after he graduated, because he was a year younger than me. But I remember the day, he came the day after my graduation party, which was like 6 years ago. And when he handed them to me, I just cried. And I felt even worse because my birthday's in August. I'm not saying when, it just isn't August. But his mother's birthday is a couple weeks after mine, and he spent twice as much on these pens for me than he did for his mother. So I was like, oh, like yikes, I don't want to be a homewrecker, but I think it was clear who he liked more. So yeah, I really like these pens, and I feel bad using them because I don't want to waste them. They were such a nice gift, even though I should use them more. Working with this, I actually just kind of liked using them for the flat color. Like the last time I used them was last year. I had an Instagram reel get deleted on me. I was so pissed off about it. But I had to have a reel the next day. I had this workaholic schedule. I was like, I need to have this done. I mean, I still have that workaholic schedule. So I ended up drawing something out super fast the night before, and I used those pens to color it because they were faster. And it was okay. They came out really, really dark because they're India ink and they're water-based. So they ripped the paper and came out a lot darker than I expected. So I decided today to just use them for flat coloring, and I think that they came out okay. The style also looks a little bit different than how I normally do. Even for like my regular sketchbook, everything just seemed a little bit longer. And I don't know if it was because as I was sketching and inking, that was like the first thing I had done that day art-wise, so my wrist was a little tight. But it was something different, it was something cute, and we know that I had to throw in Zapdos into the mix. Like, he's got a little bow tie on, I love it, he's so cute. My little baby. And I always think it's funny because in my sketchbook, 2 sketchbooks ago, I always liked doing like Animal Crossing outfits. Like I would design them on Animal Crossing and then I would draw them on my persona, because as much as I don't wear dresses in real life, I love drawing my persona in dresses. Like for me, I think it's more of a insecurity. Like I am a bigger person, so I don't like wearing dresses because of that reason. So drawing my persona, it just makes me feel a little bit better. And no, my persona is not an accurate representation to me. Obviously it's super cartoony and I do slim the waist a little bit, but there's nothing like, I see people do their personas with like devil horns and this, and I'm like, that's really cool, but I just kind of like my own human self. Yeah, I also really liked how the orange of the hair kind of contrasted the blue of the dress. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with this whole concept. I was scrolling through Instagram and then I saw one video that was like, artist of Instagram, draw yourself attending the Starry Night Gala or ball or whatever the fuck. And I was like, hey, that's a good idea. I literally saw one video, saved the audio, and I was like, hey, that's a good idea for right now. I needed something quick and easy because next week's video is kind of... I need to get it done fast and I want to focus on it so I don't rush it to the point where it's not good. Like, I needed to get done fast, or at least in a decent amount of time, but it also needs to look good. But overall, I think the contrast with like the blue and the yellow and then the orange in the hair, I like the way it's all balanced. If I were to have done this in gel pen, there definitely would have been more glitter accents, but wrist said no, gotta use the brush pens, and I'm glad I did. The only thing that sucks is that when I draw my persona, I have this one specific gel pen. It's a Uniball X7, I think. It's a 0.38 millimeter tip and it's in the color beige, and when I was looking at the reviews I saw it was like too light, doesn't work, blah blah blah, but for me when I'm coloring an art section of like a white people's skin, it looks good. It's like a nice neutral white people skin that I would use for my persona. These brush pens, a little bit more on the peachy side, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm happy with this. I think I'm gonna let this voiceover go, run upstairs and eat some cashews, call it a day. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my Patreon, Etsy, and Instagram. The links are down below. My Etsy sale is still live. The paintings are going to be out of my shop on August 17th, so make sure you grab one up. There's only 3 left. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.